Hey everyone, thanks so much for coming back to my channel. This is a Project Pan update, but I never filmed an intro for this and I'm trying to get caught up on all my videos because I'm super behind and maybe somebody wants to binge watch all the updates here at the end of the year. Today's update is for August usage. For those of you that are new, my name is Sarah and I love to film beauty content. I do Project Pan, I do beauty box unboxings, I do get ready with me's and makeup tutorials. So if you are not new, thanks so much for coming back and for watching another one of my videos. Make sure you like this video and then click the subscribe button so that way you can keep up and watch for the next update on this project. Watch this update, it's really good. There are 6 rollouts in this one. Go ahead and keep on watching. So let's start off with my Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation in the shade 21P. This rolled in May with a goal to finish. Here's what it was looking like at the beginning of August, and by this point I had used it a total of 42 times. And then during the month of August, I was able to use this foundation 18 more times, which brought me to a total of 60 tracked uses. And that was enough for me to finish off this foundation. This is my first goal met, first rollout for this update. So this one is all done. I tried to scrape out as much of the foundation as I could. What I do is I unscrew the pump and I use the little like straw tube to kind of scoop out the foundation inside until I just can't anymore. But that is now another foundation empty and another foundation out of my collection. Hooray! As a bonus, I was mixing in this Pro Color, LA Girl Pro Color mixing pigment, and this is also now an empty. So you can see the same like scrape marks all along the side. I really did like the foundation. I did have to mix in the blue to shade match it for this time of year, but it was a really good foundation. I like it a lot. Next up is my Hourglass Vanish Concealer Mini in the shade Silk 2.5. So this rolled in at the very beginning of the project with a goal to finish. I had no idea how long this was going to take me. It was brand new when I rolled it in. Here's what it looked like at the beginning of August, and by then I had a total of 117 tracked uses. That's insane. So then I used it 12 more times during the month of August, and I am now calling this an empty. I can no longer scrape out anything onto the doe foot. So after a total of 129 uses, this one is now finished. Finally. It was really, really good. Next is my e.l.f. Cream Bronzer. It's the Aqua Infused Cheek Duo. This rolled in July with a goal of 40 uses. So here's what it looked like at the beginning of August after 16 uses. Then during the month of August, I used it 24 times to meet that 40 use goal. So you can see a bunch of pan expansion in this one, but this one is gonna get decluttered at the end of the year. It just has been in my collection a long time. It's a cream to powder product, and I think it's just time to go. I also don't ever use this blush, so it can go. It served its purpose, it was good, but it's time. Next is another e.l.f. product, the Bite Size Blush Duo in the shade Pomegranate. This rolled in July with a goal of 30 uses. In July, I used it 14 times, and then I had to repress it, so I lost the little pans that I was starting to get because it shattered in my makeup bag. But there is a repressing video available to watch. Then in the month of August, I used it 19 more times to meet the 30 use goal. I was able to hit some little tiny pans again, even after repressing the blush. And in the repressing video, I mentioned that there's not a ton left, and you can see even here in this clip that there's really not a ton left. I think I can finish this before the end of the year. I think I'll keep this as a little side quest, and hopefully I'll have an empty to update you on at the end of the year. Next in the project is my Kaleido Cosmetics liquid highlighter in the shade Flare. This rolled in June with a 30 use goal. In the beginning of August, I had used it 25 times, so I only needed to use it 5 more times to meet the goal. In the month of August, I ended up using it 13 more times, clearly surpassing the goal. And there's so much windowing now in this highlighter. I really, really enjoyed this one. I never thought I would be one to like a liquid highlighter, but this one was so easy to use. Just tap on like one little dot on each cheek, blend it out, and it was super quick and easy, and it gave a really beautiful shimmer highlight. For those of you that are keeping track, that makes this goal number 5 that's been met in this update. Next up is my random single eyeshadow, and this is the Illamasqua eyeshadow in the shade Horde. I got this in like an Ipsy box or an Ipsy bag a long time ago, and I had never used it. So in the month of August, I used it a total of 8 times, and we're starting to see a little bit of use, but the goal is to hit pan. This was a great everyday eyeshadow. It's a nice gold neutral shade, and it's not too over the top. At least I feel like it was wearable to work every single day. So it was a great everyday look for me. Next is my Chosen Palette Random Shade, and this is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and the shade I got was Guilt Trip. The goal on this was 15 uses, and I hit pan in July after just 6 uses, which was awesome. But I wanted to keep going and see how much I could expand this. So in the month of August, I used it 5 more times for a total of 11 uses. And look at that pan expansion. So it's gotten a lot bigger, and I'm almost to the 15 use goal. I can't wait to see how this one ends up after all 15 uses. Next is my random palette with a chosen shade, and this is the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Euphoria. This rolled in July with a goal of 15 uses. Here's what it was looking like at the beginning of August after my 5 uses in the month of July. And then I used it 5 more times for a total of 10 uses. Here's what it's looking like now after 10 total uses, and I've just got 5 more uses to get to the goal. It's got a really good dip happening here after these 10 uses, so I'm wondering if maybe I can hit pan in those 15 uses. We'll see. Next item is my Thrive Causemetics lip liner in the shade Gislin. So I kind of just kept this in my project, and in the last update I showed you that I had surpassed the goal line, and I was like, I think I can finish this. So the thing is, I didn't actually track my uses in August. I have 1 marked down, but clearly I used it more than 1 time, because here's the visual progress after the month of August and at the beginning of September. So down to a tiny little nub, almost done. Last product in this project is my MAC Mini lipstick in the shade Super Smooch. So it rolled in March with a goal to use up about like a quarter to a third of it. Here's an older clip just to give you some frame of reference of where it was before. In the month of August, I used it 9 times, and this is where it currently is. So you can see little tiny progress lines for the end of July, the end of August, so that's now at the beginning of September. And it's had a total of 54 uses. And I'm going to call this one done. That August line is right at the goal line. So this is another goal met. That is number 6. Woohoo! Now time for the roll-ins. So to replace my Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation, I'm rolling in this Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. This is in the shade Medium Beige. So the red line is where I'm starting from. It does have previous usage, and I do like this foundation a lot. I feel like this is a good time of year to use this shade. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this before the end of the year, but I think I'll get close. So I've marked a goal line towards the bottom of the foundation. So we'll see how this goes. Next is my L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and this is in the shade Biscuit. So this is my deepest concealer, so I definitely feel like this is when I'm my most tan, so I want to use this while it's a good shade match, either for under the eyes or for spot concealing. I'm hoping I can use this under the eyes. I might have to mix it with some stuff, but the goal is 75 uses. It has a little bit of use on it already, but not a ton. It's also pretty old, so I want to get this out of my collection. Roll-in number 3 is my bronzer by Shades by Shan in the shade Walnut. This is my deepest bronzer. This is the time when I've got my best tan after the summer and all of that, being out in the sun. So I want to try to hit pan on this. It doesn't have very much previous usage, so we'll see how many uses it takes. Now it's time to randomize a blush for the project. And we got the Fenty Beauty in the shade Lollipoppy. So I just got this in an Allure Beauty box, and I think maybe I used it once, but it's a really beautiful, like bright red coral color, more on the coral side. I'm gonna put a 40 use goal on this blush. Mostly I just wanna see if I can like wear away some of that embossing that's right there on top because it's brand new. Now it's time to randomize a new highlighter for this month of the project. And it's back to the Desert Oasis palette for a highlighter. So shade number 4. So it's gonna be that bottom left Utopia shade. I'm gonna put a pan goal on this one just because this palette looks entirely too new and unused. So I need a pan in this. And for roll-in number 6, it's time to randomize a lipstick. Okay, so a Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink lipstick in the shade Founder. This one, like, you cannot see inside the packaging, but I have used it before, and I am gonna put a 30 use goal on this one. It won't show visual progress, but I can keep track of the usage. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to my channel so that way you can follow along for the next update. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.